Folks, I need you to put aside the comfort of the upcoming holiday and listen to the terrible truth. I have seen presidents address our nation in moments of crisis, but I have never witnessed such a grotesque abuse of a national tragedy as what we heard today. Donald Trump has taken the vicious attack on two brave National Guardsmen just steps from the White House and turned it into a political terror broadcast. He used the sacrifice of these two patriots to incite the most vile hatred and to advance a fascist agenda of mass deportation and xenophobia. This is not about law and order. This is not about national security. This is about establishing a permanent tyrannical police state by blaming every problem on immigrants and his political opponents. We must analyze this message of hate piece by piece, because the future of our democracy depends on exposing this cynical hoax. Trump began his address by framing this as a monstrous ambush-style attack. And indeed, the attack on our guardsmen is a tragedy that fills us all with grief. He claimed that this was an act of evil, hatred, and terror. We agree. The person who committed this horrific act must be brought to justice under the fullest extent of the law, but Trump did not stop there. He immediately wrapped this tragedy in a lie, claiming it happened during the most successful public safety and national security mission in the history of our nation's capital. This is a lie. This is a complete verifiable lie. The only reason these guardsmen were needed in our capital is because Donald Trump has created a climate of political chaos and violence. The militarization of our capital is his doing, and now he is trying to claim success in the very moment of failure. He used this sacred time of the year, when we are supposed to gather with loved ones, to instead pour out righteous anger and ferocious resolve. He is fueling the furnace of division, using the deaths of patriots to divide our country right before a day of unity. This is a sacrilege against the very spirit of America. The very next step in the fascist blueprint is to immediately identify a scapegoat, and he did not hesitate. Trump declared that the suspect in custody is a foreigner who entered our country from Afghanistan, a hellhole on earth. And who is to blame for this individual being here? Not the system, not the crime, but President Joe Biden. He shamelessly attacked the former president, claiming the suspect was flown in by the Biden administration in September 2021 on those infamous flights where nobody knew who was coming in. This is a malicious political manipulation of a national security event. He is using the pain of a tragedy to attack his political rival and delegitimize a process of refugee resettlement. Trump declared that this attack underscores the single greatest national security threat facing our nation. He then escalated the lie, claiming the last administration let in 20 million unknown and unvetted foreigners. This is a blatant numerical fabrication designed to instill maximum fear and terror in the American public. The fear is the weapon, the lie is the justification. He demanded that we re-examine every single alien who has entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden. This is the prelude to mass deportation. He is demanding that we punish entire communities based on the alleged actions of one individual. This is the definition of tyranny and the very antithesis of American values. If you needed any more proof that this speech was pure racist xenophobia and not a security address, look at what Trump did next. He launched a completely irrelevant, hateful, and disgusting attack on American citizens in Minnesota. He singled out a community, Minnesota, where hundreds of thousands of Somalians are ripping off our country and ripping apart that once great state. This has absolutely nothing to do with the tragic shooting in Washington, D.C. Nothing. This is pure, unadulterated hate speech. This is an attempt to weaponize a national tragedy to conduct racial and ethnic division. He claims they are ripping apart that once great state and are part of gangs from a country that doesn't even have a government. He then insulted their representatives, claiming they preach to us about our Constitution and how our country is no good. This is the ultimate chilling truth. Donald Trump is using the power of the presidency to incite violence and hatred against entire American communities. He is labeling citizens and legal residents as traitors simply because of their origin. He made his final terrifying declaration: if they can't love our country, we don't want them. He is demanding an ideological purity test, dictated by him, to determine who is worthy of being in America. This is the hallmark of a fascist regime.